Educational Insights, a Superintendent's Podcast. Hosted by Brooke Olson Farrell. Episode number 10, Discussion with FHGS Principal.
Hi again, Slate Valley. Brooke Olson Farrell, Superintendent of Slate Valley Schools. Today I'm here with Deb Infurna, the principal at Fairhaven Grade School. So Deb, can you provide an introduction to yourself and your role as principal here?
Sure. Again, Deb Infurna, principal of Fairhaven Grade School. I am in my 5th year as principal, and actually my 17th year as an administrator in this school. Wow. I started as the special ed director, back in 2017, I think, and I maintained that role for a while, and about 2014, I think I shifted into the assistant principal position. And then when Skip Cook retired in 2019, I became principal. So,
all right, great. And so can you talk a little bit about your values and the key principles that guide your leadership here at Fairhaven?
Sure. I think probably all of the staff here could tell you what my guiding principles are. I have 3 of them. I think even students could probably tell you now what they are.
And probably some parents in the community as well.
Agreed. So I have 3 of them. 1 is assume good intentions. 2 is ask questions to seek understanding. And 3 is what you permit, you promote.
All right. So what are a couple of things that make you really happy and proud to be principal at Fairhaven Grade School?
Students and staff. The students are amazing. I'm actually an alumni of this school and Fairhaven High School. So I'm really proud to be able to serve the students and families and give back. And I think we have just such a phenomenal staff who value establishing relationships with students, which pays dividends for sure.
Absolutely. And so what are some of those unique or innovative projects that are happening here at the grade school? Well, we've been working a lot around student engagement. In today's world of technology and social media and gaming, it gets harder and harder to engage students in the learning process. So we've been looking for ways to bring learning into the community, give hands-on experiences for students, and so they can see how their learning applies to functional life. Some of the things that we've done recently, we take a school-wide field trip at the beginning of the year. We've been doing that for 2 years now to an orchard where students learn about the business of growing apples and how to harvest and distribute that crop, and they learn about the life of a farmer. And we connect that to an annual event that we do every year, which is Apple Fest, which is, again, another community-based activity that students and families and staff volunteer their time for on the weekend. And we sell food and crafts that students make, have games, and it's a way to raise money so teachers have some extra funds in their classroom to support students. Another project that most of our classrooms are doing this year is the Adopt a Cow program. And this is a free program that's sponsored by the Dairy Alliance, and each classroom adopts a Vermont cow, and they have the opportunity to virtually watch this cow grow up from a baby cow. They get to learn about the life of a farmer, and they engage with the farmer through a video call and chat. And that's just been wonderful for students to experience the life of a farmer here in Vermont. We also have a 5th and 6th grade student voice group who have spent the last year researching and planning for a school store. They did a marketing plan. They approached our PTO for startup funds, and the store opened today.
which is really an exciting learning opportunity for students to understand the retail world as well. Some other pieces. Another project that we started last year was our Falcon News. And so every morning, my assistant principal and I anchor the Falcon News, which is streamed to all of the classrooms every morning. And we have student reporters who join us, and they're really learning the ins and outs of public broadcasting through this process. And they report on weather, they report on sporting events. We even have guest speakers, as you know, because you have joined us before as well. And I think it's just great for students to have that opportunity. And every classroom signs up for a month to be guest reporters. So those are just some examples of engagement that we've been doing.
Fabulous. So how is the school addressing academic achievement?
Well, we have lots of initiatives around that. One of the big initiatives that we've been doing for a few years now is around the science of reading. Our pre-K to grade 2 teachers all have had some extensive training in the science of reading, learning research-based practices in the classroom to support students in the development of the 5 elements of literacy. And it's paying dividends. What's different today in regards to reading, it's not about delivering a curriculum. It's not about teaching as it is about student success. And so teachers really spend a lot of time looking at data and determining what are the skills that students are missing. You know, when you and I were learning to read, we had the Robins and the Bluebird groups, right? And we grouped kids based on high level and low level. That's not what it's about anymore. It's about looking at specific skills that might be barriers to students and providing targeted instruction in that skill area. So we have 2 classrooms of each grade level, and they have literacy at the same time. And students are flexible. They go to whatever teacher they need to go to get the skill development that they need. They're not kind of pigeonholed into one group. It's flexible. And they're given the opportunity to still use very rich literature in reading, even if they just have a skill deficit in one area, which is really important. And the success that we've seen this year, our 2nd grade teachers were shocked because students are coming to them now with skills that they've never seen 2nd graders have when they enter. So that's exciting for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. So you've spoken about some of the things that are going really well at Fairhaven Grade School. What are some of the challenges or opportunities here?
Challenges, I think, are no different than any workforce in our country right now, and it is finding qualified personnel. We have a really difficult time finding support staff, custodial staff, and even certified teachers. 17 years ago when I started, you would have a kindergarten or 1st grade position and you would have hundreds of qualified applicants. And we are lucky if we get a couple of certified folks applying for these positions because people are not going into education. And that's a huge challenge. And having to do more with less, financially, budgets are a challenge. And between staffing and mandates and having to do more with less, it makes it really hard sometimes.
Absolutely. So are there any exciting developments on the horizon for the grade school that are coming up as we approach spring, hopefully soon, and as we go into next year? What are some things that you're thinking about here at the grade school?
Well, we're continuing to always look at ways of engaging kids and engaging families. One of the upcoming events, we started our drama club again last year, and that's going strong. Again, we're always looking for ways to involve families. We at the end of the year, have a barbecue where we invite all of our families, and we're just looking for more opportunities to do such.
Well, thank you, Deb, for joining us today. Until next time, Slate Valley.
Slate Valley Unified Union School District, April 2024.